All right, everybody, welcome on back to the show. Very excited to talk to our next guest. He trains right down here in South Florida. You got Bellator coming up this Friday on Showtime. And this man right here, they are very, very excited about because he's not only a hell of a fighter, but he's a showman. Everybody likes tuning into his fights. He has been this entertaining since he was fighting on the regional scene down here in South Florida. The Italian gangster, Danny Sabatello, joins us here on the show. Danny, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man, it's great to have you. Look, man, they've been saying this, back when you were fighting in Titan down here, you were a promoter's dream. Everybody was saying, look, you give this guy, Danny Sabatello, the stage. You know that he has the talent to do what he does, but people are going to care about watching you fight. When did you, I guess, know that that was going to be part of the game? I know nobody just wants to be known for just their persona. You got to have the skills in the cage, but there is an extra X factor to you, man. People seem to gravitate towards everything you do, say, and how you fight.
Yeah, I'm basically just a full package. Just because you look at what I do inside the cage is I demolish people and I dominate them, and then I back it up with what I say. I'm just a full package, and it's very exciting because I'm a very passionate, motivated, energetic person, and people kind of gravitate towards that. So I don't have to change who I am or do anything like that, and I'll just have people watching me more. I'll get more eyeballs on me just by being Danny Sabatello, the Italian gangster. I just have an exciting personality, and I just let it show throughout my fighting and outside of the cage. So it's really good. At the end of the day, I got to go in there to win. None of this even matters. None of this is even like true or anything like that if I don't go out there and I win. But yeah, obviously I back up what I say and I perform well in the cage. I dominate these guys. I them up. I'm very exciting to watch. But then obviously I keep it exciting outside the cage and very authentic. A lot of these guys put on a fake personality, fake persona, and you could just kind of see right through it. I think with me, people see that this is my true self. I'm very exciting, and that's just who I am.
Does it blow your mind at all that it's like this grand stage of being in the Bellator World Grand Prix on the trail to a title is finally here? Like, you work your ass off through places like Titan FC, and you want to get that shine on you, and you finally get here. Like, you're in one of the big shows and you're steps away from a world title. Like, do you do any way in the way of reflecting, like, man, I can't believe that I'm here? Do you not have time for that because you have big time goals? Like, how much do you do in the way of like evaluating your career as it goes? Because it's a hell of a journey, man.
Yeah, it's a mix of both of those things. I knew this day would come. I knew this opportunity would arise. I just kind of stayed patient, worked my ass off at the best gym in the world, American Top Team. I train twice a day, every day. And I knew it was going to come. But, I always wanted that opportunity. I almost didn't get the opportunity. A lot of people don't understand that I wasn't supposed to be in this fucking tournament. I originally was selected. There wasn't going to be these pigtail matchups with me and Jornel Lugo or anything like that. But I knew I would work my way into this tournament just because most of these bantamweights are I know some of these guys would back out because they're big. And they did. Good thing that Sergio Pettis is soft and he couldn't make it to the battlefield. So I got my shot. I guess you could call it luck, but you got to be good to get lucky, and I'm really good. So obviously my number was called. I'm making the best of it. Wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament, and now watch me. I'm going to be one of the favorites to win the whole thing. So it's obviously very exciting. It's even double exciting just because I wasn't even supposed to be here. And I am just going to make it somewhat look easy. You look back at my last fight against Lugo, and I absolutely dominated that. Split him open, made it bloody, made it exciting. And then I'm just carrying the train over to Higo, and I think I'm going to have even a better performance. I think that's a guy who I'm going to also dominate. And we got 3 days, June 24th at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fireworks, and there's not going to be a better fight that weekend.
What do you think if he goes an opponent?
I think he sucks. I think that in terms of matchups, he doesn't have anything for me. I know he's got some good jiu-jitsu, and maybe he's got a tight guillotine, but I just got too good of jiu-jitsu defense. I go with the best guys in the world. I go with guys like Pedro Munoz, who's got one of the best guillotines in the UFC. So I've been seeing that. I've been going up against a lot of jiu-jitsu guys, and I just think that this guy's going to have nothing for me. And once he realizes that his jiu-jitsu's not working on me, that he's not going to catch me slipping, I'm not going to make these mistakes, he's going to get desperate. And then when you get desperate, you just go for it all. And that's how you get even more tired. And then you build that up with all this adrenaline and the talk that I'm making him do now. He's going to get very tired very early. And fortunately enough, this is a 5-round fight, and I got the best conditioning in MMA. So it's just going to be an absolute nightmare for him June 24th. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be an MMA fan's dream come true to watch this fight just because you're going to see very high level skill in there. You're going to see a lot of blood, and you're just going to see torture. You know, if you don't like torture, if you don't like gangster, then I recommend you put on a different channel. But if you're into that sort of stuff, obviously tune in, watch me finish him in the 4th round.
So you mentioned American Top Team, best gym in the world. You know, down here in South Florida, the talent that you guys have there is crazy. Like walking in there every time I do media, I can't believe all of the bodies that you guys have walking around, the who's who. What does that do for somebody like you in your career? Getting to have your skills sharpened by the who's who in the sport. You get to see every kind of level of the sport. What kind of development have you gotten at American Top Team, and why does it mean so much to train there for you?
Yeah, it just gets my confidence even higher, just because I know nobody is getting better looks than I am, and nobody's working harder than I am. No one's sacrificing more than I am. No one has the mindset that I do. You know, if I'm going to the best gym in the world and I'm going twice a day, every day, and all I'm doing is listening to my coaches, you know, I'm a very good learner. I believe so much in my coaches. My head coach is Mike Brown. He's the best in the game. I believe in whatever he says. If you were to tell me go out there June 24th and fight Higo with a blindfold on, I'd say, yeah, let's do it. I don't need to see it all. I got so much faith in them. So if I just keep my faith in them, just listen to them, work hard every day, twice a day, every day, who can possibly be better than me? I'm with the best people, and I'm working hard. So I know that if I'm just doing that, nobody's going to be better. And then you compound that with my skill, my ability, and then my God-given body. You know, I'm very tall, lengthy for this weight class. I'm big. I'm probably the fastest one. I'm the fastest bantamweight. So you just compound everything, and I just got the full package. But obviously, it's one thing to be very good and one thing to be very good inside the cage when it matters. You know, this is fighting where your lights can be put off in a split millisecond with one little slip up. So obviously, I got to go out there and I got to perform. But you know, if I'm safe and I fight smart and I fight my fight, if I fight my fight, then none of these guys can beat me.
Is there any part of you, Danny, like obviously you get to sharpen the physical skills of it, but when you have that many stars in a building, a Jorge Masvidal, Dustin Poirier, the list goes on there, do you ever lean on them for advice about what it's going to be like with what you're going through now as far as the notoriety stuff? Like more people are going to know your name, more people are going to want to kiss your ass, more people are kind of want to throw a bunch of stuff at you. Do you ask them like, hey, how do you handle all of this stuff? Because it's that also comes with the fight game of it's not just, you know, nobody watching you anymore. There are eyeballs on you at all times.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I think I'm in a unique scenario where I don't think there's going to be a guy in this game that is going to be like me. I don't mimic anybody. So it's going to be just kind of see how it goes along the road. One guy that I do ask a little bit of advice for, just because he's kind of been down that road, is Masvidal. And he's just great to me. He's been there since day one. Even when I didn't even know him very well, he was always coming up to me and giving me advice and offering me pointers. But other than him, yeah, I'm asking other people in the gym that have been there before, very high level veterans, stuff here and there. But in terms of crowd and eyeballs and publicity and everyone watching you, the only one I kind of like lean on for that is Masvidal. And I don't really do that too much just because I kind of want to be my own person. I want it to be the Danny Sabatello show. I want it to be something that nobody's ever seen before. You know, one thing that I'm doing is I'm in Bellator, and I think I'm going to be the face of Bellator. And I just want to bring this program to be the biggest and baddest promotion there is. You know, I think that a lot of these guys have their names for themselves, but I want Sabatello and Bellator to go intertwined. You know, I think people that say one name, I want them to think of both of them at the same time. And yeah, I just want to be the face of this promotion. So obviously I'm in a unique situation, and I can't really piggyback off anyone's career or ask anyone else questions about that just because no one's ever seen this before.
Well, before we get you out of here, man, Danny Sabatello's show's coming up on Friday, Bellator. What are we going to learn this episode about you, man?
You're going to learn that I'm a very mad person and that I really do not like this Leandro Higo character. He misses weight all the time. Very disrespectful to MMA. It's my duty to go in there June 24th to the Mohegan Sun and punish this. That's exactly what I'm going to do. There's going to be blood all over the canvas. I'm going to make him suffer. He's going to want to get out of there. I'm going to wait, be patient, torture him, and then get him out of there. So you're going to learn that I'm just going to beat the out of Leandro Higo June 24th.
The Italian Gangster, man. Check him on out this Friday on Bellator. Trains down here in South Florida. So South Florida, check out one of our ones who are trained down here and has been really rising up the ranks quickly. Hell of a show he always puts on there. Danny, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
No, thank you, bro.